to our formation, the Marble Falls. This truck here is our control truck. That's the brain of the operation. And behind that, we have the workover rig. And when the hydrocarbons come out of the ground, we're going to go through here to that black tank. That's our separator. That's going to separate water, gas, oil. And then we're going to have these two big cylinder barrels right here. They're 300 barrels apiece. And this is going to pull some of our oil and hydrocarbons.
What you're doing is you're opening the zone up, you're lifting and creating a fracture. You're pumping your fluid back into your formation, and all the natural fractures you already have, we're pumping that sand back in there. So once everything shuts back, once we shut down, stop pumping, your formation is going to close back down. But the sand we pumped in there is going to allow it to prop open and allow your gas, your oil, and everything to flow back easier. Linear gel in them frac tanks over there right now. You add a chemical called crosslinker to it. What it does is it makes it like this, and if you look real close, you got sand in there. And all that's doing is just holding that sand in place. That's why so it won't fall out on you, and push it back into your formation. That way, once we shut down, your formation starts closing back, your sand will be there.
Can we pump a chemical called breaker?
Yeah, breaker behind it, and it'll break it. And it'll break it just, of course, you sit here long enough, 4 hours or so, it's going to break right back in the water.
It'll turn it right back into water.
Wow. Have a milky color to it. And your sand, you can tell right now, you can see that sand in there. But
the purpose of that is to carry the sand into the formation. You can imagine you drop the sand just in regular water, you'll just fall right at the bottom. So you gel it up to where it'll suspend the sand in the fluid and be able to carry it into the formation. This here shows where we're at in the job as far as our frac job is going. Right now, we've got 2,340 pounds of pressure on pumping rate. We're pumping at a rate of 12.4 barrels a minute. We've pumped 762 barrels total so far. We're on the third stage of our frac, which is pound
now we're fixing
and a half. We're fixing to go to a pound and a half of sand per gallon, which we just changed over right there. Job total 767 barrels so far, and you can see we're starting off here. Got 2 barrels into the stage, 3 barrels, pound and a half, and that's per gallon. So you imagine a pound and a half of sand in each gallon of fluid that we're pumping. Barrels, that's still 42 pounds per barrel. Or better. We're about halfway through the job right now. The chart gives us the record of how it pumped, the job pump. See where we started off here. We tested our lines. Pressure, we loaded the hole and actually brought our rate up. And then we're pumping gel water right there, slick water, and we start our crosslinker, which makes that gel you see in the bottle there. And this is our rate and pressure as we pump along. And you see it's a pretty flat line, and it gradually, as we pump our sand and everything, you want to kind of see this break back or the pressure drop off where it's creating, washing the rock or creating what we call creating fractures. Job rocks along there, you'll see the lines they're pretty flat, which that's, like I said, we want uneventful, but if you'll see these little blips here and where it drops off just a little bit, that's an indication of, you know, some kind of fracture where we actually open something new up, packs it off real quick and goes back, you know, and just kind of, and that's, you want to kind of see this little fuzzy stuff in the line there. It indicates that we're doing some frac. Now, you notice as the graph goes longer, see how it's coming down a little bit. Part of that is because of the amount of sand we've got in the flood. It makes it a little heavier, so it's going to fall faster. But we're also opening up the formation that, you know, it gets looser and looser or bigger as we create fracture, or packing it off. And hopefully we'll see that come down and see something. See here, you've seen a, which I consider, you know, fairly good size a little bit, but that, you know, probably created a new fracture there.
Oh,
Slide over. You know, our pressure's staying the same, but you're seeing this kind of waver back and forth, okay? See, but each time you see a little drop, if you can see those little nodes there, it's a good indication that we're creating, or actually creating a little fracture, or helping the fracture open up and packing it off.